All right, you know what time it is. It's time for Never Miss Monday with the Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So today is Never Miss Monday, and we've got a 4-round workout for you. We're going to be doing 4 rounds of 7 dumbbell clusters, a 25-foot front rack dumbbell walking lunge, and 1 rope climb each round. And of course, we're going to warm up really well, and we're going to go through some options that will allow you to do this workout right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can. But let's go ahead and start this general warm up. Here we go. Let's get some arm circles going back. Arm circles back. And as you guys know, my name is Coach Chris. I am a level 3 CrossFit trainer, which means I've logged thousands of hours over many years, helping many people just like you reach new heights with their health and fitness. And let's go ahead and switch to arm circles forward. And these workouts are fun, right? You know, when we're doing 1,000 burpees and we're sweating and we're thinking to ourselves like, oh, why am I doing this? But we also get some fitness so that we can have some fun outside the workouts. So what are some fun things you like to do with your fitness? That's what I want to know from you guys as we continue to warm up. And let's now move on to arms across the chest. Hug yourself, love yourself. And let's go ahead and hear from the Wonder Twins. Go ahead, guys, say your name, where you're from. What are some fun things you like to do with your fitness?
My name is Iris. I'm Denise. We're from Texas. Fun things we like to do in fitness are, I know I said it in past, but dancing. Like we did that this weekend. We got to dance a little bit. And it was fun because I'm stronger, my legs are stronger, so it was fun. I feel as, old.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing because in the past, I felt a little all over the place, but now that we're exercising, we feel a bit more control with our turns and all of that jazz. So yeah.
Oh man, putting that fitness to good use. What used to feel like a workout, now it's just a way to keep those muscles moving, right? So good job, girls. And let's go ahead and move on to the wrist wave. While we are doing the wrist wave here, let's hear from the Incredibles. They've been known to like some dancing as well. But go ahead, say your name, where you're from, and what are some fun things you like to do with your fitness?
Hi, I'm Evie. This is JC. We're from Brooklyn, New York. Besides dancing, we love dancing. But one new thing I developed was walking. Because we live in an apartment, and with the pandemic, we couldn't really walk around a lot. But once I went away and I started walking, I started developing the love for it. And it's like, I'm so fit now that I'm able to walk at least 8 miles. So I'm very excited with that.
Yeah, so I have fun with getting fit because I like to have her chase after me. So the more fit I am, the harder it is for her to catch me.
Got to give her something to chase, right? Most definitely. So good job, guys. And let's now move on to some high knees. High knees into chest, high knees into chest. Or if it works better for us, we can do some high elbows like this. And while we're doing high knees or high elbows, let's hear from Ramen. Go ahead, Ramen. Say your name, where you're from, and what are some fun things you like to do with your fitness?
Hello, my name is Laura. I'm from South Florida, and I really love to play volleyball. I feel like I can last a lot longer in the sport, which makes me enjoy it a lot more because I don't get sore. I don't get really tired all that easily. So it makes it a lot more fun. And then I also like to do walks and jogs because I feel like before I didn't used to last that long when I would do that, and now I feel like I do, and I'm like, wow, this feels great. So it's fun.
And you also like to make up new words in your spare time, right? Logs. And so good job. I'm so glad that fitness is being put to good use on the court and getting you moving around the neighborhood. And let's go ahead and move on to some calf raises. Up on the toe, back on the heel, up on the toe, back on the heel. Or if it works better for us, we could do some wrist extensions like this. And while we are doing this, let's hear from Bubbles. Go ahead, Bubbles. Say your name, where you're from, What are some fun things you like to do with your fitness?
Hi, I'm Nakia from Connecticut, and I like walking and dancing and all the things everybody just mentioned. What I have noticed though is my stamina. So usually in the middle of walking, I'm huffing and puffing, or in the middle of a song, I'm huffing and puffing, and now my stamina is like on point. So I'm not huffing and puffing like that anymore. So my workouts have been truly, truly benefited me.
Awesome. So glad that it's been helping you. Thank you so much for sharing, Bubbles. Let's go ahead and move on to some jumping jacks. Or if it works better for us, we could do some stepping jacks like this. And so glad that this community has been able to really have some fun with the fitness that you've gotten and all the progress that you've been able to make. Because of this progress, some of you have wondered, hey, how can I support this to keep this going? The best way always will be follow the program, get fit, share your results with others, invite others to do it with you. That's always going to be the best way to support this. Now, there are other ways that some have chosen to support. If you can check out the Patreon link that's in the description of this video, you can see more details about that. But let's go ahead and take a break from this warm-up, guys, and let's now move on to the activation phase of today's workout. So we're going to do a couple different movements here for 30 seconds at a time. That's going to help us to get specifically ready for today's workout. So right now, please watch as we demonstrate. And after we've demonstrated, we're going to put a timer on and then do it all together as a group. So for the first 30 seconds, we're going to do some air squats. And let's go ahead and have the twins demonstrate some air squats for us. So the feet are going to start shoulder width apart, chest up, shoulders back. And we initiate by getting those hips back and down, pushing the knees out to the side until we get those hips below the knees and making the dog dance in a circle. That's totally optional. Now, it could be that getting the hips all the way down below the knees is a bit of a challenge for us. You know, the more we do this program, the more range of motion we're going to get. But if that's us, in the meanwhile, we could do some assisted squats by sitting and standing to a chair with our arms up. And then with time, we can use a lower target like a footstool until eventually we can squat hips below knees without any assistance. Now, after the air squats, we are going to move on to some lunges. And let's go ahead and have the twins demonstrate the lunges two different ways here. We could take a big step forward or a big step back, whatever is better for us. But we want to take also a slight step to the side for stability. You know, sometimes on the lunges, we lose our balance. That's because we're kind of towing the line and stepping too narrow. So we want to step slightly to the side for stability. And it could be that, you know, getting that knee all the way to the ground is a bit of a challenge, in which case we can do some step ups instead. We can get a footstool or a step ladder or something along those lines. And we can do some step ups. And that's going to be a nice way to preserve the lunging motion without putting as much pressure on the knee. Now, after the lunges, we're going to do some walk the floors. So the walk the floor, let's go ahead and have Raman demonstrate the walk the floor for us. We're going to be standing with the feet underneath the hips, and we're going to reach down, touch those toes, and walk all the way out to a plank position, chest on the ground, push up, walk those hands back, and then stand all the way up. And this is going to be the walk the floors, keeping the legs mostly straight the whole time. Now, it could be that getting that chest all the way down and walking back is a bit of a challenge, in which case we can do a modified version of this. Let's have Bubbles demonstrate. We would get our hands on a counter or something about waist height, and then we step all the way back, step forward, and then clap overhead. And that's going to be the modified walk the floor. And then after the walk the floors, we're going to do plank shoulder taps. So let's go ahead and have the twins demonstrate some plank shoulder taps for us. So with the plank shoulder tap, we get into a nice plank position there, and the chest square with the ground. And then we are shifting the weight, alternating, tapping the opposite shoulder with the hand, and we're avoiding that twist and turn. And then similar to the walk the floor, if doing this off the ground is a bit of a challenge for us, then we can also do this off an inclined surface. Let's have Bubbles demonstrate. We would get into a plank position either off the wall or off a counter or off a sofa, but then we are shift tapping, and that's how we are doing the plank shoulder taps from the seated position. Now, if we are doing this from the seated position today, Then the air squats are going to be starting like this, thumbs on the shoulders, then we press all the way up and then get those biceps into the ear and then back down. So we're doing overhead press like this. The lunges is going to be alternating forward arm raise. And then once again, focusing on this full range of motion, getting that bicep into the ear at the top, arm at the side at the bottom. The walk the floor is going to be cross, cross, raise. And that's going to be the walk the floor from the seated position. And then the plank shoulder tap. That's going to be arms out in front like this. And then we are going to shift tap, shift tap, shift tap. And that's going to be the plank shoulder tap from the seated position. So I'm going to highlight the twins here to get us started. And I'm going to remind us what's coming up next as it comes. But we are starting with these air squats for 30 seconds. And here we go, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's do this. So feet shoulder width apart, hips back and down, knees out to the side, and we are getting low. And then standing back up, keeping the weight off the toes, more toward the middle back of the foot here. And once again, I always want to thank all you guys for doing this full warm-up, including the activation phase. It is super important to perform well and to avoid injury. And 3, 2, 1, lunges. Let's take a big step forward and slightly out to the side for stability, or we could do these reverse lunges. We could experiment with doing one direction in the first round and then maybe switching it up in the second round. Or like we talked about, we can do these step ups as well, if that's better for us. And after a couple more seconds here, we are going to move on to the walk the floors. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, walk the floors. Let's go ahead, reach down, touch those toes, keeping those legs mostly straight all the way down, and then back, and then stand it back up. And we are doing these walk the floors here. And then after these walk the floors, we are going to move on to the plank shoulder taps. So plank shoulder taps coming up in 3, 2, 1, plank shoulder taps. So we're in a plank here and we are shifting, tapping, keeping the chest square with the ground. And like we talked about, we can do this off an inclined surface if needed. But we are keeping a nice tight midline here. Very important. And then after a couple more seconds here, we're going to go back around to the air squats, round 2, 3, 2, 1, air squats, round 2, feet shoulder width apart, chest up, shoulders back, hips back and down, knees out to the side, getting as low as we can. Then we go another inch. And the squat is one of the most important things we do here. So glad to see everyone's squat form improving so much in the time we've been doing this program. And we're going to move on to the lunges in 3, 2, 1, lunges. Let's do this. We can now experiment it. Hey, if we did one direction in the first round, let's maybe go the other direction this round, or whatever's better for us. But we are doing these lunges or step ups. And the lunge motion as well is something that can improve with time. So happy to see everyone getting better at these lunges. And we're going to move on to walk the floors in 3, 2, 1, walk the floors. Let's go ahead, reach down, touch those toes. And we're going all the way out to a plank, all the way down, then back up. And we are doing these walk the floors, keeping the legs mostly straight. Awesome, good work. Getting all the way down, all the way back up. And then we're going to move on to these plank shoulder taps in 3, 2, 1, plank shoulder taps. Isn't it awesome when you time that walk the floor, you're coming right out of it, and then all of a sudden, yeah, I'm right in position for the plank shoulder taps. Such a good feeling. But then we've got just this last set of plank shoulder taps here to round out this activation phase. So a couple more seconds here. And 3, 2, 1, time. Okay. So the first thing we're going to go over is the rope climb. Now I'm going to venture to say that most of us don't have a 15-foot rope hanging conveniently that we can use for this workout. So we're going to do a movement that recreates the feeling of a rope climb pretty well. We're going to do those walk the floors that we just did in the activation phase, but on the way back up, we're going to hit plank shoulder taps. And so one rope climb in the workout is going to be a combination of 3 walk the floors with a plank shoulder tap on the way back up. And let's have the twins demonstrate this for us. So we're going to do that walk the floor, reach down all the way forward, chest on the ground, hit that plank shoulder tap on the way back up. And then once we return to a standing position, that's 1. And then 2 more of those is going to be the rope climb. Now, if we modified 1 or both of these in the activation phase, then we can feel free to do a modified version as well. Let's have Bubbles demonstrate a modified version of the rope climb here. So we are going to step those feet back, plank shoulder tap, and then step forward and clap overhead. And that's 1. We're going to do 3 of those for every rope climb if we're doing a modified version of the rope climb today. So let's get a couple more practice reps here, or whatever version of that works better for us. But then now, what I'd like everyone to do after you get a couple more practice reps in is I'd like everyone to grab a pair of light dumbbells. So if you have light dumbbells, let's go ahead and grab those. If we don't have light dumbbells, then let's grab a pair of shoes, or we could grab a pair of water bottles, or 2 teddy bears, or 2 pillows, whatever the case. We always warm up super light before we go heavy, if appropriate. And so with the light dumbbells in hand, let's go ahead now. And we are going to start to warm up for the dumbbell clusters. And so to warm up for the dumbbell clusters, what we're going to do first is some dumbbell deadlifts. And let's go ahead and have the twins demonstrate the dumbbell deadlift for us. So the dumbbell deadlift is going to start with each dumbbell right outside our feet, or inside rather, I'm sorry. We're doing clusters today, so I want you actually to do the dumbbells from inside, and we are tapping the ground inside the feet, but the hips are down, the chest is up. And right now we're just using the arms as straps. We're not doing anything with the arms. They're just holding onto the dumbbell. This is definitely being powered by the legs and the glutes. So we're tapping in between our feet, keeping the chest up, shoulders back. We're taking a nice deep breath at the bottom and then breathing out at the top. And so let's get a couple more practice reps here of the dumbbell deadlifts. And now let's go ahead and practice some dumbbell front squats. So now we're going to get the dumbbells up to our shoulders here. And then just like the air squats we were doing in the warm-up, let's get those hips back and down, knees out to the side. And then we are squeezing those glutes. And then the only difference here being that we're holding onto those dumbbells, elbows pointing forward and up. Okay, we don't want those elbows pointing to the side. So we want those elbows pointing forward, like you can see with twin 2, but then we want those elbows nice and high, like you can see with twin 1. So now let's practice the dumbbell clean. The dumbbell clean is basically a combination of that deadlift right into a front squat. So it starts with the dumbbells tapping the ground in between the feet, and then we jump into the bottom of the squat, squat clean, and then we stand, right? And let's do a couple more of those just to be super clear. We're going into a full squat here, and then we stand. And notice the footwork. The feet start closer together, and then we jump, descend fast into that squat, and then we stand up. And now that we've practiced the dumbbell clean, let's now practice the upper portion of the movement with some dumbbell push press. So we're going to get those dumbbells on the shoulders. And then we are going to sit, stand, and press. So we sit with those hips back a little bit, then we stand and press. We're going to get those head forward and the arms back, getting the biceps into the ears at the top. And that's going to help everything stay nice and stacked overhead. And now let's practice the thruster. The thruster is a combination of that full squat, and then we stand and press overhead. We're going all the way down now, then all the way up. This is the dumbbell thruster. And now finally that we've gone through these progressions here, let's now practice the cluster. So the cluster is where we start with the dumbbells in between the feet. Then we jump into that full squat and then we press overhead. That's 1 rep. And then we tap the ground again. And then we go into that thruster again. And so these are clusters, keeping it very close to the body. Notice how you can see, especially with twin 1, basically treating those dumbbells like a zipper. And this is definitely powered by the glutes here. We're not really using the arms until we press out overhead. So we're jumping it up, squatting down, pressing overhead to end the movement at the top there. And now let's practice the dumbbell lunges. And so the lunge is going to be front rack position. We've got the dumbbells on the shoulders, and we're going to take a nice big step forward or slightly to the side. We could either lunge in place, or preferably today, what I'd like to see you do, if you have the space for it, is a walking lunge, which is where we take a nice big step forward and we step up and step through. And then we want that knee to touch the ground every time if possible. But like we talked about, if in the activation phase we had to modify this lunge motion by doing step ups, that's totally cool. We could do weighted step ups or even unweighted step ups if that's better for us. So let's go ahead and get a couple practice reps in of either these lunges in place or walking lunges if we have the space, or once again, the step ups if needed. Now, if we are doing this from the seated position today, then the rope climb is going to be cross, cross, raise, pull. That's going to be 1 rep, and we're going to do 3 reps of that total for the rope climb. Cross, cross, raise, pull. That was just 2 reps, and then 1 more to complete the rope climb from the seated position. And then from the seated position for the cluster, we're going to have those dumbbells in hand. And then it's going to start in our lap like this. And we are going to clean, press, press. That is 1 rep of the cluster. Okay. And so clean, press, press. That is what we're doing for the clusters. And then for the walking lunges, we're going to have 1 dumbbell in hand and it's locked out overhead. We're going to get the other bicep into the ear. And then we are going to do forward arm raise. We're going to do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other side each round in the workout. And now it's ramp up time. If you've been doing this program for over a month and you want to start practicing the dumbbell clusters and those walking lunges with heavier weight, the weight we're looking for today is a challenging weight on those clusters. We're looking for a weight. The clusters are going to be challenging, but mostly for the lunge, we're looking for a weight that we can get through 10 lunges without putting those dumbbells down. And so let's base it off the lunge. And that weight is going to be pretty challenging for the clusters as well. But if this is our first month in the program, or we're just getting back into this after some time off, please let's not add any more weight than what you were just warming up with. It is very important to have the right form and consistency hitting these workouts regularly before we add intensity, such as by adding weight and going super fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number 1, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in so we can get through this whole workout without losing you. Number 2, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. And let's make sure we have our water nearby so we can take a sip as needed all throughout this workout. Number 3, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer with mine. Number 4, what's the music you want to hear right now that's going to get your blood pumping and your muscles flexing? We all have different tastes, whether we're into disco salsa or whatever the case. Let's make sure that we get that playlist queued up, and it's going to really help us with our performance in the WOD. And then lastly, how are we going to keep track of our rounds? As you know, it's very important to have the, they're already, let me just go ahead here. Teachers' pets, they have the workout written down and they're trying to fight who's going to win. I'm just going to give it to Evie because, you know, ladies first, right? But they're both prepared. It's very important to have the workout written down so we can keep track of our rounds, right? And then we've got Bubbles with a nice whiteboard and the good whiteboard art. And we've got Ramen as well with a nice, neat handwriting as always. I want to be like you when I grow up. And we've got the twins as well. Let's take a teacher's pet picture here, guys, just to show how prepared everyone is for the workout. So here we go. Teacher's pet picture in 3, 2, 1. Okay. I'm going to bring the workout back on screen here one more time, and then we will get started. So in just about a minute here, we are going to do we're going to do 4 rounds of 7 dumbbell clusters, 25-foot front rack dumbbell walking lunge, and 1 rope climb. And then, of course, from home, most of us are going to be doing this at-home option. In place of the 25-foot lunge, we're going to be doing 10 lunges total. That's going to be 5 per leg. That's either in place, or if we have the space, we could do just count out 10 steps of walking lunges, preferably if we have the space. And then for the 1 rope climb each round, we're doing those 3 walk the floors with the plank shoulder tap on the way back up. So if you are good to go, go ahead and give me a thumbs up here, and then we're going to get this started. And I'm going to highlight the twins to get us started here. So let's see, here we go, guys. 4 rounds, 7 dumbbell clusters, and 10 walking lunges or lunges in place. Let's see what we got. Here we go, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's do this. And we are tapping in between the feet, jumping into that squat, standing it up, keeping it very close to the body, just like the twins are doing here. And let's remember to push that head forward and those arms back. But the squat here is the most important part of the cluster. And so let's make sure we're getting as low as we can. And, you know, if we modified that squat in the activation phase, then yeah, we can also do this with assistance from a chair if needed. You know, we just kind of tap the ground, but then we jump it up, sit and stand. That's another way to do this. After these clusters, we're moving on to these lunges or the step ups. We have a lot of different options here, and I'm so glad that everyone's making wise choices based on your circumstances. Let's definitely use the option that's good for us. And like we talked about, if getting that knee on the ground is a bit of a challenge there, then let's do that step up instead. Let's not force that range of motion. But it's so good to see everyone really stepping outside their comfort zone with these lunges, literally, and getting much better at these lunges. Then after the lunges, we're gonna move on to this rope climb. Looks like we've got twins climbing up the rope here, hitting that first walk the floor plank shoulder tap on the way back up. That's 1 rep, just a couple more. And we've got the Incredibles doing a rope climb race over here as well. Good job, Incredibles. Ramen joining in on this rope climb race. Good job, Ramen. And let's remember to keep breathing, guys. We want to take nice deep breaths in through the nose. Feel that air go into the belly. That's what we want here, making sure our muscles get the oxygen they need to keep performing their best. And we've got Bubbles on this rope climb as well. Good job, Bubbles. Twins starting on round 2 of these clusters here. Very good hip extension, squeezing those glutes, dropping low, getting high. Awesome. Remember to keep pushing that head forward, arms back, getting those biceps into the ear at the top. And let's focus on your breathing. Nice deep breath at the bottom. Stay tight through the squat. Breathe out at the top. Good job, guys, on these clusters. We've got Ramen as well on these clusters. Awesome. Good job there, Ramen. Incredibles. Tapping in between the feet. Get a nice good jump into that squat. You're doing a bit of a double jump there, Miss Incredible. Let's just go straight from the ground into the squat, and then we press overhead. There we go, much better. And good job, Mr. Incredible, as well. And then we've got the twins on these lunges. Good job there, twins. And Bubbles finishing off these clusters here. Good job, Bubbles. Really good hip extension. Everyone has really improved on their hip extension, really lifting it with the glutes. That's what we're looking for. And we've got Incredibles hitting these lunges, Bubbles on these lunges. Awesome work there. Ramen on the lunges. Let's go. Let's do this. Twins on their second rope climb. Awesome work there, twins. Getting all the way down. Tap, tap on the way back up. And there they go. And here comes Ramen. Let's do this. Big steps. Good job, Bubbles, on these lunges as well. So happy to see you progressing. Being able to do not just lunges, but weighted lunges like this. That's amazing progress. And we've got twins about to start round 3 under the watchful eye of Kirby, making sure they're not cutting reps. Let's do this. Tapping in between the feet, keeping it close. A little bit more hip extension, twin 2. So really feel that glute, get that full hip extension before we go into the squat. Much better. Nice. Even more important as we get fatigued. It may seem like more work, but then using the glutes, which is the most powerful set of muscles in the body, that's the best way to make sure we're using our energy efficiently. So awesome work there, Ramen, as well. Starting low. Got that hip extension. Dropping into the squat, standing, pressing overhead. Good job there. Let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Deep breaths. Awesome work, guys. Here we go. Sitting, standing, pressing overhead. Awesome. Let's do it. There we go, Miss Incredible. Let's just remember to avoid that second. There we go. Fixed it. Good. Awesome. Dropping into that squat. And let's push those arms back a little bit more at the top. There we go. Much better. Nice. But good work, everyone. Hitting these lunges on round 3 here. And oh man, looks like the twins are heading on to this third set of rope climbs. Diving into it. Getting all the way down. Plank shoulder tapping on the way back up. Hitting that first rep. Ramen chasing after you. Just a couple more lunge steps. But let's stay on it, guys. Here we go. Nice, Bubbles. Finishing off some clusters. About to hit some lunges. Good work. Let's remember to breathe. Let's remember to keep moving, guys. Incredibles. Finishing off some clusters. Finishing off some lunges. Miss Incredible diving into this rope climb. Let's stay with it. And looks like twins are stepping up to the line here for this last round. That last round feeling. Let's go. Let's remember to breathing on these clusters. The clusters and the thrusters, definitely a movement that jacks up our heart rate and really forces us to learn how to regulate with our breathing. So let's remember the deep breath at the bottom. And we brace through the movement as we should, but then we breathe out at the top, maybe taking even an extra breath as the dumbbells are on the way back down. But good work there, guys. Let's do this. Come on. Incredibles. Finishing off a rope climb, hitting some lunges. Let's stay on it, guys. And And we've got Bubbles hitting a rope climb here, finishing off what seems like round 3. And let's do this. Come on, we've got Ramen. What looks like starting the last round here. Good job there, Ramen. And we've got the twins as well on their last round on these lunges. Let's go, guys. Now notice the twins are choosing to lunge in place because that's the knee protection they have there. Always make the safe choice. And it looks like twins are diving into this last rope climb here. Twin 1 with a bit of an edge on twin 2. Let's see if she can kick it in gear. Twin 1's like, no way. Let's see. Almost done. About to hit that buzzer. And twin 1, yeah, that victory dance there. She's like, I still got it, right? Twin 2 starting off the victory dance. Twin 1 doing a bit of a shuffle. Awesome. Always love to see what you guys come up with. And we've got Ramen finishing off a last set of lunges before hitting that last rope climb. Incredibles also on this last round at a furious pace here. Let's go. Let's cheer on our family. We are almost done. Finish line in sight. We've got Ramen on this last set of rope climb here. Let's do it.
You can do it. Come on, Ramen.
You got this,
Got
Ramen.
this.
Let's go.
Whew.
Almost there.
One more.
On the way back up. And time for Ramen. Let's see a quick victory dance. Ramen. Woo! She's like, I'm a bit dizzy, but here's what I got. Nice. Good job there. It looks like Bubbles is also done. Let's see that victory dance, Bubbles. There she goes. Let's cheer on the Incredibles. Almost done. Miss Incredible on that rope climb. Mr. Incredible just about to join on that rope climb. Finish line in sight. Let's do it. Let's do it. There she
Good
goes.
job, Miss Incredible.
Victory dance from Miss Incredible. Mr. Incredible. He is racing through this rope climb to join her at the finish line. Let's see. Almost there. One more rep.
You can do it. Yay.
Awesome. Finish line. Whew. Well, I'll tell you what. Now it's time for the sweaty selfie, right? Because does it even count if we don't take this selfie? So let's flex on this camera here and let's take this sweaty selfie. Here we go. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. And let's go ahead and put the fists in the middle for the cheer. So on 3, 2 claps and 2 6 crew. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. 2 6. Awesome work, guys. Well, I'll tell you what, we're not done yet. We're going to move on to the orange WOD, which is included in the Pro Track. In the Pro Track, we get add-ons to these workouts, such as the orange WOD, that help us to build strength and work on our form. We also get additional workouts throughout the week that really help us to get even closer to our health and fitness goals. So if you want to know more about the Pro Track, please message me directly and we'll talk about some details to get you involved. If we're not signed up for Pro Track, let's not try what these pros are doing here right now. We do want to stick around for the cool down stretch though, which is very important for us to help improve our flexibility, to fight soreness, so we can come back and hit these workouts. And so something we can do while we're enjoying the show in the orange WOD is maybe start to clean up our area and then hit a flexi time stretch that we like. But let's definitely enjoy the show as these pros are hitting a heavy set of front squats in today's orange WOD. So we've got twin one, nice deep breath at the top, getting those hips back and down, knees out to the side. Awesome, good work there. Twin one, walking that back into the rack. And notice the way she's facing the rack. If you have a rack that you're using it, we definitely want to face forward, step back out of it, and then step back forward into it. If we don't have a rack that we're using, then we're going to use what we have. We're going to power clean it up into that rack position, and then we're going to front squat from there, just like we see Bubbles doing here. She's getting warmed up with empty barbell here. And so always safety first, but good work there, Bubbles. Taking a nice deep breath at the top, elbows nice and high. Awesome work, guys. And let's see, we've got some time here to really work up to a heavy set of front squats. We've got the twins, adding some weight to the rack there. And let's see how high we will climb in today's orange WOD, twin one, getting under. And nice deep breath here. Elbows nice and high. Hips back and down, knees out to the side, standing it up. Good work. That's rep one, rep two, and nice. Rep three coming out of it. And Ramen also working on these front squats here. And she's working with no rack here, so power cleaning it up and working on that nice high rack position. Good job there, Ramen. And we've got twin two, hitting a heavier set of front squats here. Awesome work there, twin two. Nice. So let's see, we've got time for a good number of sets here left, guys, at least 2-3 more sets each of you. Because on this orange WOD, we do want to, it's different intensity than the yellow WOD, quote unquote. If you want to know more about why we call it orange WOD and yellow WOD, it all has to do with how the pro sheet looks that's included in the pro track. And once again, you can message me for more details on that. But in this orange WOD specifically, we're doing our sets and we're taking a good at least 90 seconds in between, just like we see the twins doing here. And we got twin one, stepping up. Nice deep breath, elbows nice and high. And here we go. Hips back and down. Knees out to the side, deep breath at the top every time. Awesome, good work there, twin one. And Ramen just about to power clean. Oh, she's switching to weights first. There she goes. But then, yes, getting ready for this next attempt here. And we'll definitely make sure to notice that good power clean technique. But in the meanwhile, twin two, about to hit a set. Nice, twin two. Let's get those elbows even higher on the way back up. Better, there we go. Awesome, good work there, twin two. And Ramen is just about ready here for her next attempt. And let's see, nice power clean positioning there, getting the hips down, chest up, using those legs. Fast hips, fast elbows, getting under it. She actually went straight into a squat clean. That's super smart and efficient. So she squat cleaned that first rep, and then she's now front squatting the next two. Awesome, good work there, Ramen, super efficient. And there we go, twin one, getting this set done, nice. Deep breath, standing it up, awesome work there. And let's do it. Looks like we've got Mr. Incredible also joining in on this orange WOD. Awesome. It takes a little bit of time to get that rack set up in place, but once everything's in place, awesome. Good work there, Mr. Incredible. Twin two, hitting that weight, making it look easy. Good job. And we've got time for about 1 or 2 more sets each, guys. So let's see, what's it gonna be? Let's figure out what we're going for here. Ramen stepping up to the bar. About to hit another super easy squat clean here. Awesome, good work, fast elbows getting low, standing it up. And then 2 more front squats. Nice, let's hit another one. Good work there, Ramen, yeah. And really good clean technique. And we've got twin 1 going for a heavier set here. Good job there. Nice high elbows. Awesome. Walking that back into the rack. And let's see what we got going on here. Twin 2. So hips back and down, knees out to the side. Awesome, nice deep breath. Good job there, twin 2. Nice. So we've got time for about 1 more set, and all you guys got more in the tank here. Let's see what that weight is gonna be. Ramen getting that next weight ready. Awesome work there. We've got Mr. Incredible hitting, Miss Incredible hitting a weight from that front rack. There we go. Nice, good job, Miss Incredible. Getting that weight back in the rack. And let's see, we've got twin 1 stepping off the rack here. Easy day on this front squat. Nice, good, nice deep breath, staying tight. Standing that back up, awesome. Let's get 1 more. Good job there, twin 1. And let's see who's going next. Who's going for it? Who's going for it? Twin 2, stepping off the rack here. Awesome work. And Ramen just about to clean. Nice, good work there, twin 2. Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, that just about does it for today's Orange WOD. Always so happy to see you guys getting strong, using good form, and it's just amazing to see everyone's progress. But now we are ready for the cool down stretch, which, like we said, is an important part of the program. Increases our flexibility, helps us to fight soreness so we can come back and hit these workouts day after day the way we like. So the first stretch we're doing in today's cool down is the saddle eagle. So in the saddle eagle, it helps to start in this saddle position, in a kneeling position like this. And then we lean back into this saddle pose first. And then the eagle is where we get 1 elbow on top of the other like this. It helps some people to make sure, of course, that we have something soft underneath the knees and maybe putting something in the knee crease here to reduce that discomfort. But let's go ahead and hear some high-low buffaloes. And let's start with the twins. What was your guys' high-low buffalo today? If we're doing this from the seated position, then we're gonna get 1 elbow on top of the other like this.
I think my high was the rope climb or the substitution for it. That was, I felt like that was like the rest in between. Low, trying to think. I think the lunges. That was a toughie. Buffalo was I think that was the orange one. Because yeah, I was glad that we were able to go until the end.
Yeah, my high was the lunges. It was challenging, but I like lunges. The low was the clusters. That was really hard. It started getting to me towards the end. And then the buffalo was the orange WOD as well. I was surprised we were able to push a little bit more weight. So I was happy about that.
Awesome. I'm super happy to see you guys getting strong too. And you may be the first person ever that said, oh, lunges were my high, but that just shows something's working, right? And then you're not so far off. When our rope climb technique is pretty efficient, rope climbs actually do end up becoming our rest in the workout, believe it or not. So good job there. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side of this saddle eagle. So we're gonna get the other elbow on top of the other like this. And let's go ahead and hear a high-low buffalo from Bubbles. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then we're just gonna switch up the eagle side like this. So we're gonna get the other elbow on top of the other one.
High-low buffalo. My high were my lunges. My high and my low were lunges because they were challenging, but they were my high because I was able to get my knee to the ground and also do some walking lunges. So that was definitely a high. And let me see, buffalo, I guess those same things. The lunges. Oh, the clusters. I would say my buffalo is my clusters because I felt my form improving a lot. So that was my buffalo, was the clusters today.
Yeah, those clusters, in one way they give you a little bit more break than thrusters, but that little tap in between and just kind of takes everything out of you, right? But you handled them really well. So good job there, Bubbles. Let's go ahead and hit dragon now. So that's going to be one leg forward, and we are leaning into this nice long lunge stretch like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear high-low buffalo from Ramen. Go ahead, Ramen. What was your high-low buffalo? If we're doing this from the seated position, then we're getting one elbow up and pulling gently to the side like this.
My high was probably the lunges also. I really like lunges. My low was the little moments in between the last cluster and the walking lunges, because I was like, oh, I'm already in the position to do it, but I'm tired, but I have to keep going. And then the buffalo was being able to do some reps for the orange WOD. I didn't think I was going to be able to today, but I was glad that I did. So I was happy with that.
Yeah, and the fact that you squat clean that first rep every time, super technical, super efficient. I was really happy to see that, and keeping those elbows nice and high on those front squats. That was awesome. And let's go ahead and hit dragon on the other side now. So we're gonna get the other leg forward and lean into it like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from the Incredibles. Go ahead, guys. What was your guys' high-low buffalo? And if we're doing this from a seated position, other elbow up and we're pulling this way.
My high were the step ups. I was a little wonky with the lunges, so the step ups was my best option. My low was the clusters. It was just getting myself coordinated. It's like the arms, the legs, the body, nothing was coordinating. So I was just a little off on those. But my buffalo was just being back with the group again and just sweating now. I'm like, whoa, I'm excited. So it was well-rounded. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, my high were the clusters, my low were the lunges, and my buffalo is that I have to work on my stamina. I have to prove a little bit more. I got tired really, really fast with the lunges. So, but I'll be right up there with Bubbles with the good stamina. So I'll be getting this. And it was an excellent workout.
It's a continual work in progress, and I've been seeing results. And so I'm just so happy. Once again, even the range of motion and, the improvement in form is definitely clear to see. And, the more consistently we hit these workouts, then we see improvements, of course, with the conditioning as well. So that's our WOD today, guys. That's our stretch. That's our high-low buffalo. Give yourselves a round of applause and a pat on the back for getting through this. If you enjoyed this workout, please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. And let's always remember to care as we share. Let's think of one person who could use this. Let's follow up with them on a personal level, and let's share this link directly with them. Thank you guys so much, and see you next time.